Hey guys, welcome to Maze Are You Hardcore? I've got a lot to get through this month in this episode, so let's hop right to it. By the way, I'm using BSL shaders, new shaders. They perform better, and if things are looking a little bit different and kind of curved, that's because the one of the settings in the shaders is to curve the Earth, which is very interesting. But yeah, that's what that's all about. Anyway. Are You Hardcore is a monthly challenge, and you can stay up to date by following the Mob Cave on YouTube. Read the book for full details on the rules for this month, and to unlock more Patreon hats and sword skins. Alright, let's jump on into the book. I've got a page of notes to go through for this month, so listen up, it's all very important. This month is... Oop, wrong page. This month is Heat! The theme is Heat. Click here to join this Discord, click here to turn on recording reminders, click here to turn on Batty's Quartz Pack. Click here to support the Mob Cave on Patreon. Unlock Patreon rewards. Oh, by the way, I've added in the 5 or 6, I think, new hats that were added to Mage Rage last month. So yeah, there's a beard, there's a halo, a bow, a bunch of other things. The Mischief guy, the wizard, the mischievous wizard, that's it. Dancing on your head, yeah, lots of things. So there are new Patreon hats to enjoy. Subscribe, as per usual. Right, let's find out what this month is all about. This month's rules. To make room for the new Nether, the old one is being incinerated. Unfortunately, this is heating up the overworld and causing some nasty problems. Alright, well, there's your theme, heat. And things are getting very hot because the Nether is being destroyed. Every 8 minutes, a portal will randomly spawn on the surface or slightly under it within 250 blocks of spawn, which is right here, where we are right now. Breaking portals will yield rewards, but the more portals that are active, the worse the effects. Okay, I've got a lot to talk about from this page alone, so here we go. Firstly, I set up here, the portals randomly spawn. Yes! They are completely randomly placed. Everyone's games will be different because the portals will appear in entirely different positions. Yes, they spawn on the surface or slightly under it, and no matter where they spawn, they will create like magma around themselves. So if they spawn underneath the surface, then the surface will be a kind of a square of magma, a big square of magma. So that's how you locate them if they're underground. Within 250 blocks of spawn. This month, you are given the locator, the same thing that the crystal ball does in Mage Rage that has just been added, where you can use it and type in your coords, and it'll point you towards that spot. This is really, really useful because if you set it to the spawn coordinates, then you know exactly how far away from spawn you are, which is really useful because all portals spawn within 250 blocks of spawn. So use that locator. If you don't know how to use it, watch the latest Mage Rage release video because it shows you exactly how you use it. So I'm just going to take you through it. Say I'm trying to find my way back to my special magic tower. I know the coordinates are 256 minus 612, but it's a bit difficult to figure out exactly which direction I need to be looking in. But if I use the crystal ball and I right-click it, I can now type in the coordinates. So that is 2, 5, 6, done, minus 6, 1, 2. And if I get it wrong, if I accidentally put a 3 on the end of that, I can click clear, and that gets rid of the Z again. So I can retype that in, minus 6, 1, 2. It's all done with right clicks. You don't have to hold anything, you just have to click it once, and then I can click done, and now it's going to point me in exactly the right direction. So I know I need to go that way, 448 blocks. If it's behind me, it says, oh, it's behind you. Also, if I want to scrub the direction, I can right-click it to input a new direction, and if I just scroll away from it, that's gone now. That's not doing anything at all. So I can be on the crystal ball, and it's not pointing towards anything anymore. But I can right-click it, and I can type in a new direction. All right. Also, portals, when they spawn, they won't be visible until you are within 64 blocks of them. This is important. Hope you're all listening. They will not appear as portals unless you're within 64 blocks of them. Once they have appeared, then they are there for good. It's just that they don't get created as such until you're within that radius. All right? So that means that you're going to have to revisit areas. If you wander around, then it might place a new portal over in an area that you've already been, and if you're not within 64 blocks of it, it won't have appeared. So you'll have to go back there to check whether there is a portal there. All right? And the final thing to say is that a really nice method of breaking portals is to have a water bucket, and you place it against the inside obsidian, the inside of the obsidian. Don't try and place it against the portal itself. Place it against the obsidian on the inside of the portal, and that will break it. Okay, next page. No matter how many portals are active, the floor you walk on will turn to magma. Yes. Did you ever play... I mean, we always played Mustn't Touch the Ground, but I think it was also called The Floor is Made of Lava, and I'm sure there are other names for it too, when you were a kid. But yeah, that was kind of how this game became, is that was the original idea, was mustn't touch the ground. So yes, it will turn to magma. The villagers, because we're in a village right now, have treated the forests. So wood, among other things, will not turn to magma or burn. Build pathways, expand your area, survive. Right. So, firstly, it's made of magma, which means you can sneak around. You know, I feel like I've missed something already. Let's go back to this page. Yes, here. Okay. Breaking portals will yield rewards. I can actually tell you a bit about that. Firstly, you get wood. You get some logs, which are nice for creating pathways. In fact, I'm going to tell you right now that using wood slabs is probably the best way to go for creating pathways around the place. You also get 1 diamond for every portal that you break. So that's a good way of counting up, you know, keeping track of how many you've taken down. And also you get diamonds, so you can, you know, make some good gear. And also it will refill your potion. Haha, but more on that soon. I'll tell you about that later on. Also, it says here, the more portals that are active, the worse the effects. I'm not going to tell you exactly what these effects are, but I will tell you that they happen when there are 4 portals active, 8 portals active, and 12 portals active, if you let them get that far. It tells you how many are active on the side of the screen as soon as the first 8 minutes are up. It'll say that there is 1 portal active, and it'll say it on the right-hand side of the screen. All right, back to this page again. Right. Magma floor. So yeah, you can sneak around on it, but the best thing to do is to create pathways out of slab pathways, or use your potion, which we'll get to in a bit. Figure out which things turn to magma, because yeah, the villagers have treated the forest. So wood is good. Wood is good. That's how you remember that one. But other things will turn to magma. I'm not going to tell you all the things that do turn to magma, because, you know, you can work that out as you go along. Also, one other thing to bear in mind is that all mobs in the game get fire resistance. So they are immune to the magma, and they are immune to burning up in daylight and stuff like that. So be careful. Next page. You have a potion. Finally, we're onto the potion of fire resistance, which will automatically refill every 10 minutes if it is empty. It will also create wood pathways where you walk. Use it wisely. Do not go to the nether, because obviously it's being incinerated, so not only is that against the rules, but obviously you'll just die. At least that's the story. So yeah, don't go to the nether. The fire resistance potion lasts for 1 minute. That's 1 minute where you can run around and you won't get hurt by the magma, and it will create wood pathways wherever you go. So it's a really good way, a really quick way of creating these pathways. It refills every 10 minutes whether or not you have used it, which means you can waste uses. If you don't use it within the first 10 minutes, then it will tell you, oh, your potion has been refreshed. And you're like, oh, I didn't even use it in that time. So that is a wasted use. So make sure you're using it, basically. Also, breaking portals refills your potion. So yeah, you can use it to run up and break a portal, and then it will instantly be refilled again, so you can use it again. So yeah, it's all about the uses of that potion. And that's basically it. You are allowed to sleep, and in fact, I really recommend that you do sleep, because if you find yourself out and about with magma all around and just one little pathway that you can follow, and suddenly you get set upon by mobs, let me tell you right now, it is very, very dangerous. So sleeping is a good idea. You are in a village. There are beds around. Look, bed. Yellow bed right there. So make sure you're using them. And yeah, try not to get in too much trouble. Right, let's just finish the book then, shall we? No cheating. This is all the usual stuff. Cheating, as we know, using mods, previewing the world beforehand, or using high gamma. Eat what you like. There are no restrictions. If you're recording, post your first run. Feel free to play again, but declare it is your X number playthrough. The challenge lasts 2 hours and 40 minutes. There are 20-minute notifications and a fanfare to let you know when you've finished. Good luck, have fun, and click here when you're ready to start the challenge. All right, I think that is everything. I hope this video hasn't gone on for too long. I don't think it has at all. Right, I know there was a lot to say during that one. If you have any questions, then just ask on the video or on Discord. You know that I'm around most of the time, that I can answer all these things. So yes, if you have any questions about it, just go ahead and ask. Basically, this is all about not touching the floor. I'll tell you right now that grass obviously will turn into magma if you touch it. It will, if you just touch it, it will burn, but magma doesn't kill you too fast. It's quite annoying though if you just stand on it and take damage over time. So yeah, don't do that. It's all about creating the pathways, keeping within, you know, about 250 blocks of spawn, because you've got to be searching for the portals. And it is really cool that the portals just appear in random places. Cherry, when she tested it, had a portal appear in the best place possible. I'm not going to tell you where, but it was brilliant. Ask her about it later. Yes. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting. It's like a treasure hunt, really. You're searching for these portals, and they will yield rewards when you break them. So yeah, that's it. Stay off the ground, search for portals, stay safe. That is this month. Anyway, hope you have fun, and yeah, I'll see you on the other side. Bye! If you're taking part, why not join the Are You Hardcore Discord to chat with other players and post your videos. Remember that you can support the Mob Cave on Patreon to receive even cooler hardcore hats. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.